Yay! Hi, Nick.
Whoa.
I just came on. Of
I,
course, I'm always concerned because I've messed up, the links, but I think I've got it.
nice.
Because this is the one that I put on the agenda. I was
Right on.
very careful. And I had Chris Custer, who I remember that he knew that the website one was good. So I had him
Yeah.
check it and he agreed. It looked good. So, yay.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how are you? Oh,
Can't complain. Well,
didn't you do your big trip
I
since I've seen
did.
you? Awesome.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, it was,
Japan, right?
that's right. Yeah, a month in Japan.
Cool.
It
Wow.
was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it already.
Oh dear. Uh-oh.
No, no. No, my big takeaway from the trip was actually just how much I like Vermont and how good we've got it here. So,
Okay. True. Yeah. That's awesome. That
yeah.
is really good to, yeah, that's a good finding when you go
Yeah.
someplace that you really enjoy as well, but to feel like, yeah, home
Right.
here in Vermont is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
How's your summer been?
Kind of really busy, frantic, but it's been good. It's been fun. Garden is good. I've been out on my bike pretty much. Always
Nice.
not enough, but
Of course.
I joined there was a woman in our town. She
Mhm.
posted on Front Porch Forum that she was doing this fundraising ride. It's down in the Berkshires. It's called Climate Ride. So
Okay.
you're supposed to, do some fundraising and we'll go down there. It's a 2 day, but we're just doing 1 day.
Nice.
And yeah, so I joined that. So that's next weekend. So,
There.
and I
How
ride
long
an
is
e-bike now, and I don't really have another bike, and I love my e-bike.
Yeah.
It suits me physically, you know. I'm at the level that I can do a lot. I can ride for hours on the thing.
Oh yeah.
And but it's down in Lenox in the Berkshires. They have a lot of elevation, they say, on this ride.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd like to
That
do
might
the
be
longer ride, but I'm not sure my battery will last. So I'm working with someone to either get another battery or, yeah, that'll probably be it. But I could add a battery to my bike, but I'm
wow.
not sure I can do that in time. So
Yeah.
I just found that news. So
Um,
yeah,
how long is the route?
they have three versions, a 30, a 40, and I think the next one is a 60.
Okay.
So I was going to do the 40. I've done a few 40 rides and they were very comfortable and fun. Yeah, I'm tired at the end, I'll say, but those are good. And
Yeah.
if there's not a lot of elevation, actually one of
Hmm.
them I have to check. I have no problem with my bike.
Okay.
But this one, it's funny. They don't give a lot of information on the website. I'm going to call them, but they say it's 30, I think they say it's 3,400 feet elevation gain for all three rides, which that doesn't really make sense to me.
No, that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So they may
Unless
just be
you're,
generalizing. So I'll give
yeah,
them a ring, find
yeah.
out.
Yeah, the elevation shouldn't be as bad as it is here. So if you're used to riding around here, you should be totally fine.
Do you think so? Somebody else said that to me, and I said, "Well, it's still hilly. It just depends on the route, how many hills they put into the ride."
That's
But you
true.
think it could be less hilly down there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always just know that we're 100 feet of elevation for every mile. And
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
yeah, and I
that's
know that's on the
that's
higher end.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Yeah. Although if you go just ride in Addison County, it's completely different.
yeah, true.
I don't even turn my battery on when I go on the Addison County road. It's flat.
Yeah. Yeah. Valley ride.
Yeah.
Let me jump in
So
here. Sure we're
people
recording.
dribbling in yet? I might not get a quorum. I've
Ooh, did you get some
sent out.
RSVPs or
What's that?
did you receive some RSVPs?
I received some, but not very many.
Okay.
And then two people that are real regulars said they can't come. So we'll see. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do a quick informational meeting if there's not a quorum. I only need 7 people, so 7 members, 7 representatives.
Pretty doable.
I thought it was somebody joining. It's just you, just you again.
Sorry.
It's funny on Teams when there's a number of members, but then the screen splits and I'll look on the other screen, but for some
Yeah.
reason I don't actually seem to see all the members. Or maybe it's just that I don't look all the time. There's Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hey, good
Yay.
afternoon.
Glad you're here.
I'm
Chris,
always here.
you are. Well,
Yeah.
once you forgot, remember? It's like, what's
Geez, the
Chris?
once I forgot, you hold me to that, huh?
You bet. I think we had like almost a quorum problem. And we might have a quorum problem tonight too.
Well, maybe.
Ugh. I knew, when I said RSVP, I didn't count you got the executive committee because you'd already said, but then Peter just emailed and said, I can't come.
No,
And
neither.
and that's last minute because Bill is often very good at jumping in, but it's kind of last minute to try to get Bill to come. So I don't know. We'll see. And otherwise, and some other regulars can't come. Mark Teeter can't come. There's Carrie. Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. She may just be
Muted.
on her phone.
It's muted. She's muted.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm
Fallon's
on my
here.
phone and
Thanks,
I'm
Carrie.
muted because my dog's was barking, so.
Well, your dog and Nick's dog can have a barking fest. Hi,
Every
Fallon.
time she hears people, she thinks on Zoom or on my phone, she thinks there's somebody here and she needs to bark at them.
Oh, right.
Hello, Laura. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing awesome.
All right. Sounds good. So we got, I don't know if you were in the string, Fallon, but the funding from VCBB has been confirmed. I mean, just in an email. We didn't receive like paperwork from a grant, but so that's pretty positive
To continue
for
getting, oh, wow.
October, November, and December operations.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, congratulations. That has to
Yeah.
make everybody breathe a little easier now.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm not too worried. We are
Yeah.
spending so little money these days now, so we're really
Yeah.
down to the bare bones. So
Yep.
it's good.
Yep.
Jessica. Hi, thank you. And congratulations on your primary. I know you were uncontested, but well
Oh,
done.
yeah. Yeah,
There's,
and onto the general. I'm very busy. Oh my
I'll
goodness.
bet. We have a new and very young woman running in for our district. She's also uncontested, so she did
Mhm.
pretty good. But when I see people that didn't vote for her, I'm like, they don't know who she is. You know, why are they leaving it blank? So
Yeah, I
we got
never
some work to
understand.
do.
I never understand people leaving some of the circles blank. It's like, vote for someone or write in someone, I
Vote for
guess, if you want
right,
somebody else. Like, make
right,
a
yeah.
choice.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's cool. Hi, Leslie. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm not so worried
Hi.
about. Hi, I was worried
I thought
about
it was on mute.
a and John Sebastian as well. Thank you. I know you. Thanks for RSVPing. Oh, hi, Jose. I just went to the other screen. How are you? Let me note you down. Uh, okay.
Doing great, thank you.
Where's Larry? Larry's late. Oh, it's only 1 minute after. We'll give him a break. Chris, I'm just as bad, right? With hold you to your absent. Where's Larry when it's 1 minute past 5? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have. Oh no, that's Larry. Okay, we do need one more person. We need you, Larry. I'm getting ready to call him. As you see him pop up. Not yet. I know he joins lots of other boards and stuff too, so I know how it can be, but we need him. Oh, he had trouble joining, didn't he, last time? Was it this meeting or the other one? I can't remember.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, are you?
I'm trying to get in Teams. It sets me up to Vermont State University.
Oh, geez. I don't know what happens. Well, be ready to do a dial-in, because we don't have a quorum without you, so we need you.
Okay, I just got the circle of death spinning right now.
Okay. All right. I'll stand by, but give me a call if you need to. Okay. Bye. That's weird. Nick, when he joins his computer, it goes automatically like to a different meeting. Not one of ours. His, he's on his alumni board with the Vermont State Colleges. So I know last time he needed to join by phone. So I will encourage. I asked him if you probably heard me. He can just do that if he needs to. He needs to work this out because this happened last meeting as well. I realized that last time, and I'm in the same situation here, I don't have the phone number for this meeting like in front of me. It is probably on the website. There's no way for
I have
you to call him
I have it,
in.
Laura.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Can you
ready?
tell? Yeah,
Yep. It's 802
yeah,
440
yeah,
1368.
yeah.
And then the code is 985008457 pound.
All right, I'm gonna give him a ring. Thank you.
Sure thing. I make no warranty that's just what was in the invite.
Right, right.
Yep, still here.
Could be
You
in the
want to do
conversation with the Pentagon.
the call in? Yeah. Do you have the number? Because I have it here. The phone number to call in?
Uh,
Okay. Clock is ticking. But otherwise, I don't think we'll have a long meeting otherwise, so hopefully this won't be too much trouble. Anyone have any good stories to tell? I went over a few with Nick already before you guys came. Summers, he went on a big trip, but still loves Vermont to come home to.
I can say that I'm just landing kind of 14 days in Denmark. I went to my son's wedding and
That's right.
just sliding in, kind of feeling that normal, going back to normal is not so normal.
Right, right. Well, congratulations on your son's wedding.
Thank you so much. And
Tis the time.
a very Danish wedding.
Yeah. I have no idea what a Danish wedding might be like.
They go on quite a bit, and they have a strong spirit. And at 5 a.m. or so, they'll roll out the soup.
Oh,
They do a
yeah.
cauliflower cheese and bacon soup. That's what you get.
Oh,
Try to awaken everybody, because after that the parents, the bride, throw another party.
yay!
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Jose, you're shut off. We're gonna have our meeting now. You can tell me later. I'd be glad to hear more later about your son's wedding and Danish weddings. Fantastic. We now have a quorum. So welcome everybody to tonight's Otter Creek Communication Union District Governing Board meeting. Today is Wednesday, August 19th, and I'm calling the meeting to order at 5:08. You can start the recording if you haven't already, Nick. And
Yes.
thank you. Recording is running, I can see. I don't feel like we need introductions, except some of you may not have met Jose Aguayo. Do I say your last name correctly, Jose?
Yeah, you did. Yes, Aguayo. Aguayo. Yeah.
Aguayo.
Aguayo is the easier one. Aguayo is the.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with VCBB.
Thank you.
The Rural Broadband Technical Assistance Specialist, which is a long way of saying that I am the communication sort of conduit for communications, basically between the VCBB and districts and various other. I oversee some of the inspection processes and things like that for the VCBB.
Thank you, Jose. Yes, Jose's the go-to when I have questions. My emails go to him. I may copy others, but I depend on Jose to get my questions to whomever I'm looking for answers. Excellent. First thing on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'd make a motion.
Thank you, Chris. Second.
Larry,
Second.
second.
Larry and Leslie, I got. Thank you. All in favor to approve the agenda, please say aye. Raise your hand or
Aye.
whatever.
Aye.
Aye. Sounds good. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is approving previous meeting minutes. I can pull them up on the screen to present if anyone needs to. Any need for changes, edits, or wish to go over anything together? Otherwise, I would entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes of May 20th, 2026.
Motion to approve, Larry.
Thank you,
Seconded.
Larry.
Seconded,
Thank you.
Chris.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor to approve the minutes of May 20th, 2026, please say aye.
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 Awesome. Moving right along, public comment. Open to public comment. Jose, anything? And otherwise, I'll move along. We don't have any other members of the public here. Financial report. Okay, let's see. I'm going to present. I have both the warrants and there they are. And our financial report, which will show information on our grant balance and our bank balance. Let me go through the warrant, and I did not put a notice, but I should get approval. That's a request from our auditor. Oh, but we don't have to do audits anymore, so never mind. But hold on, I'm going to share this. Share window. Financial. There it is. PDF warrant. All right, let me put this in the middle of the screen so you can see it. Oh, let me start with the first one. So these are warrants number 35, 36, and 37. Let me center it so you can see it. So this is where we're winding down. You can see our usual monthly operations is our Google Workspace, our accounting services with Sewards, project management reporting with Vantage Point. This is the RC Brayshaw is our last invoice for website management from RC Brayshaw. Primer Piper Eggleston, that was legal services for the end of our interlocal agreement with the other two CUDs that we've developed an association with. And a question that I had to Eli, that's our attorney, I can't think of his last name, Emerson, about our audit. That was just about contracting. It was actually a long time ago, but that came in finally. Yeah, that was an April invoice. It was about whether I needed to go out to bid for our audit. That was my question. So, and then the next on this list is, this is our JEG Design, is the new website host and manager. So he invoiced us for the kind of the swap over is the 255, and then 177 represents 3 months. So he's doing $59 a month for our website hosting. And Chris has given him favorable remarks. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
So, around 2000, well, this doesn't have Rutland Regional's price invoice in because they invoice us quarterly. So next, warrant number 36, kind of the same, Google, accounting, project management. Oh, this has our insurance. These are quarterly payments now rather than a full year, because now we need to break them up per our grants. They match close enough, our grant timing. I'll say that. At the end is Batchelder. That's our auditor. That was our final invoice. So we had received and paid for the first chunk, I guess, of the audit services, which was, I think it was 13,500. And then it was just 500 more for her to finish off the paperwork remember we had some changes for her to make and so on, and then we received the final audit paperwork, which is not a single audit, as you recall. So number of steps that we don't need to do. Warrant 37. You can see the large dollar value there, and most of it is the same. Google, Seward's, Vantage Point. Here's Rutland Regional's quarterly invoice. So that's our treasurer and for Nick to host these meetings and so on. GoDaddy is our domain registration. That's a annual, doesn't cost much at all. And there's our Vacuda dues. So this is for year 2026. I don't know why they invoice us at nearly the end of the year, but they do. So that's that. Those were all approved by myself and Devin Neary from Rutland Regional. So I'm going to stop sharing this. Just interrupt me with any questions. And I'm going to then share my financial report. Can talk about that. Here we go. Okay. You can all see this. So I've been just kind of writing these up so we know where we are. So blah, blah, blah. That in the header, I just, keep the date there. Same information here for the first paragraph. I just say that this is information on our pre-construction grant and our bank account balance. Anna Marie Broco, our treasurer, gives us the bank balance, and which is at the bottom of the page after warrant 37, which you just saw. That's the last warrant that we've approved. So that warrant, the bank balance after that is paid is $3,385.39. So we're pretty close down to the end of any funds we have in the bank. If you recall, the request was that we pay down our bank balance because those were actually grant advances, and we were required to get them paid, to use them up, I mean. So as far as our pre-construction grant goes, okay, I just noted that the initial grant, pre-construction grant, was for $1,701,936.17. We received an advance back in 2022 before I was even on the board. There were then I'll say the information of where of what got invoiced is a little hokey on who's keeping what data. So whatever. This is the information I have. So from 2025, January 2025 to now, we've invoiced $98,773. Previous to that, and this has to do with VCBB's funding portal reporting mechanism. So this is all, I don't have access to what they might have had on a portal previously. I'm not sure they do either, but we do have from our last year's audit, not the audit of last year, which was for the year 2024, that we had invoiced up to January 1, 2025. We had invoiced $351,892.90. So in essence, the remaining available pre-construction grant funds that are allotted to us is over $1 million. I can't find, and I really haven't worked with the VCBB to figure out what the difference is between the number they have on record and what I come up with. But in some sense, it doesn't matter that much. We're not taking any more of that funding after September 30th. So VCBB has asked us to relinquish, kind of de-obligate the remaining funds. So what I want to do is write a letter to VCBB saying that we expect to need a certain amount to pay for our operating expenses for August and September. And that's all we're allowed to use our grant funds for. Then our grant closes. And that has been defined really, and you saw it on our last warrants. You know, we'd be, the highest number would be probably $3,500 each month. So it's around 7,000. I have sent them already an estimate for those 2 months. So the letter will say that we expect to request reimbursement from the grant, and we are glad to de-obligate the rest of the grant. I'm not sure if we don't say we de-obligate it, I would think that they probably have to return this money to the Fed or de-obligate it to the federal treasury anyway. So, but it may be just a formality, but we were asked to do it, and I'm happy to write a letter saying so. I would need the approval of the board to do so. So I put that later in our agenda, but that's going to be the gist of it. I'll let us get to that later in our agenda. Any questions to date? I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Up to now, I mean. Quiet. Be so quiet. Good, good, good. Okay. Tell you what, just because I don't think we need to do it, but it is in our, no, it actually isn't in our procedures. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to get approval for warrants because it was only our auditor asked for that. It's not written in our procedures. And going forward, yeah, we won't need to do an audit. I think we probably won't hire an audit. Okay, change my mind. May I have a motion to approve the already paid warrants number 36, 30, 35, 36, and 37 from the board?
I make a motion for 35, 36, and 37 item payments.
Thank you, Chris. Is there a second?
Second, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. May I have a vote to approve, a motion to approve the already paid warrants number 35, 36, and 37, please, from the board? Vote to approve.
Aye.
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 Thank you. I think that's just a safety, like I said. Okay, not to make this too complicated, let me move on. Okay, chair report. So our SOL SCA, I'll give you a little presentation on that too, because I have it here. I think the first news is that, if you recall, we all three CDs, our SCA, were asked to present to the Vermont Community Broadband Board, so not to staff, but actually to the board. And we were first scheduled last month, but they needed to change. And than we were scheduled this month. So we were scheduled for August, there it is. It was Monday, August 17th. Yeah. Here it is. So the three chairs, myself, Andy Ross from Lamoille FiberNet, and Terry Dorsey from Southern Vermont, asked me to present, which I was fine with. Really was really not a big deal. These are the slides that we presented. Here's the first one, pretty simple. They asked us to present on the sustainability plan status. If you look on their agenda, they put it on the agenda as our interlocal agreement that we were presenting. I just clarified that we were overall presenting our sustainability plan status. And so that, then this was the main slide. I kind of just walked through, what we have done over the past couple of years. We met, this year we've been meeting regularly. Yes, we achieved putting together the interlocal agreement between we three CUDs. Thanks to the board. It was approved by all three boards. The chair signed it. The interlocal agreement, we've gone over this in previous meetings, but I made very clear to the board, I think was important for them to absolutely understand, is that the interlocal agreement is only an advisory committee to the boards. Each of the CUD boards have authority over their district. So it takes away no board control and authority, which I think is super important. And then we just talked to them. I just mentioned kind of what we have coming up, which is we have to figure out, well, we're trying to reduce our funding. We have to figure out our how we're receiving our funds from our partner, which starts in January 1st next year. That's about it. And that we remain tied to our longer term commitments to oversee our partners' performance of the network. So that continues. That's a commitment by contract that we have both with our partner and with our grant, and I believe also with the federal period of the grant, which ends in 2034. And that's when we'll have to figure out all new things, how we'll leverage our assets. But it's a long way away, but maybe it's not that long anymore. So, okay, I'll close that. Otherwise, the SCA committee, the most recent task and discussion is how we will be members of VCUDA. So we met today, and we met with the VCUDA chair, Ellie Villiers, and a number of notes of what our next moves are. But whether we can't afford the full membership every year, we just don't have that kind of funding. So we'll discuss a different level of cost to be a member of VCUDA, and we're discussing, what's the value to each of our CUDs to be members, and what's the value to VCUDA for our CUDs to be members of VCUDA. So really good discussion, and it's just it'll go through its next steps. Ellie was going to speak with their director, and then we're probably going to talk together, and then talk to the executive committee. Vacuda has decisions to make too, with how it continues its existence as well. So all ties in nicely. That's about it. Again, the SCA meets on the first and third Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Anyone is welcome to join that meeting. Just let me know it in advance. Second item on the chair report, audit. Just that we're completed and we paid the final invoice. Third item is returning to talking about the grant status. So, oh, yes. So there are two items. I want to have the board allow me to approve deobligating the balance, the pre-construction funds. But the item before that is that VCBB is going to issue a grant to us to operate in October, November, and December. Maybe I already said that before. I assume that they will present us with a grant and we'll need to approve it. Rather than us needing to get together again, I would ask today for a motion to approve that grant once it becomes available. So that should be happening in September, I would assume. Our next meeting will be November, whatever's on here, November 18th. So that will happen before that. So I'll go item one at a time that I've got on as written on the agenda. So may I have a motion to approve me as the chair accepting the grant, would just be in signature, to fund our fourth quarter 2026 operations.
So moved, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Seconded, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor of this plan? To allow me to accept? I say aye, thank you.
Aye.
Aye. Awesome. Second item is for me to allow me to write a letter. I think it's kind of a formality to approve deobligating the balance of pre-construction grant funds, other than what we will need to request to pay our August and September operations.
So moved.
Thank you, Chris. Second.
Second.
Second,
Thank you,
Larry.
Leslie.
or Leslie got it.
Leslie beat
Okay.
you out, Larry. all in favor to allow me to write that letter to VCBB to deobligate, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all. Okie dokie. Moving on. Operational changes. I left this on the list. I don't have a lot to discuss tonight. We already talked about the website. I've taken a couple OCCUD.org emails off. So Vice Chair Larry, you weren't using that one anyway, so I took that off, and Mike Small had one for admin, so that one's gone. So it just reduces our costs. Weren't using them, don't need them. The next items, which I haven't taken action on, but we have discussed, so I will be speaking to our bookkeeper. We could probably keep them through the end of the year, which might make sense just for continuity, maybe, of financials. I'm happy to take anyone's opinion on that matter. I think we'll have enough money to pay them just that bit, and then we'll probably cut it off. Again, like you see, we're not spending very much money, so it seems kind of crazy to spend a lot of money on bookkeeping. It's like our bookkeeping fees would be a third, or no, maybe a quarter of our entire operation expenses. So kind of crazy. The person at Seward's has already mentioned that it should be very easy, and she would step down, and she'd be happy to assist us in moving on to like simply keeping it ourselves on QuickBooks, or whether our treasurer will keep it, or I think I already mentioned to you that the two other CUDs in our SCA are using another treasurer. They haven't gotten back to me. I did ask them for some information that maybe we'd switch to their treasurer. That hasn't happened yet, that discussion, or I don't have more information on that treasurer. I think that's it. For sure, I think we may have to do an audit at the end of this year because we're still on the federal grant, but starting 2027, no need for an audit. So there'll be no expenses for an audit. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, and Fallon helped me to do the KPI report, which Fallon was doing in the past. So I'm all set up. It's actually pretty straightforward. And also, our KPI reports aren't changing any now. They're kind of the same. So, VCBB is continuing them because for the other CUDs, it makes a whole lot of sense. For us, it's almost a formality, but it's in their system. So I see Jose saying, yeah, that's kind of it. So continue doing it and do our duty as needed on that. So not a big deal. Okay, I will move on. I can give you a little bit of quarterly report. Executive board, I thought I had GoNet Speed's Q2 report. I looked for it. I don't have it. And Heidi just said, oh, geez, I thought I had sent it. I'll get it to you ASAP. But she didn't get it to us before the meeting. But I do have CCI Fidium's. Oops, hold on a minute. Let me just delete that. And I'll show it to you. What I can show, it's, a lot of that is proprietary, so we don't show it all. But I shared what I can. And if you have more questions, we can go into executive session. So Fidium's Q2 report was like super good. Again, they break it down just to our CUD. So sometimes the numbers can get ultra skewed, but in this case, for our CUD, they had 66 surveys for the net promoter score. Only out of their 66, only a few were negative. Oh, that's which is called the detractor. And then their network performance, they had close to about 200 tests and only one failed the speed and none failed latency. So they continue to perform very highly in our district, and we're happy with that. So all has gone well there. So GoNet Speeds report, yeah, I'll receive that. Maybe I can send you guys just a, thumbs up that it was all good, or maybe we can just go over it in the November meeting. We'll go over the Q2 and the Q3. I will say we did have, this happened since our May meeting. There's really good reason for we CUDs to exist, I find. So I think it happened because our website changed. I'm not sure of this. There was somebody who was trying to get a hold of us. And I'm trying to remember now. Chris, I think they're in your district. Were they in Hubbardton or Benson? I've forgotten now. I'll have to go back to the emails. Anyway, once our website changed, I started to get what I thought were spam emails, but I did look at them, and one of them was not a spam. It was a customer. Like I said, I can't remember which town it was now.
I think it was
Who-
Hubbardton.
You think it was?
I think so.
And he said he said, what are you talking about? You're done. You haven't, GoNet Speed has not done our road. I can't get service. I'm like, what? that's crazy. What the heck happened? So contacted GoNet Speed, and I think that was a Friday. She said, hold, oh no, that maybe was a Thursday. I'm remembering how quickly this went, which was really awesome. And Heidi was our representative, said, what? Let me check on that. She checked with her crew, and they found that it was, she admitted it was just an error. That particular road was fed from, you guys know what a wire center is, from where all the controls are, and then the fiber runs out from a wire center. A wire center that was not actually listed in our CUD. It was outside, but it did run into a small number of customers in our CUD, like 20, I mean, small is relative. I think it was 27 or something like that total on the road. Potential customers, I don't know if they all want broadband. It might be just this one person. But boy, she jumped on it. Their crew. So this happened. I was communicating with her between like Thursday, Friday. Monday, she said, we turned our crews around. They brought them back to the area on Monday morning. And by, I can't remember, Tuesday or Wednesday, that person that had contacted us, he was served. He was lit up. And then Heidi kept in touch with me and said, it was just a week later, it didn't take long, but all of those customers on that road that they had left out, essentially left it out of their report to us when they said they were done for us. They've got more customers that they're still extending fiber to in other areas, but they had told us that we were done and they had missed that little piece of road. So yeah, it was like by the end of the week or early the next, I forget, they were all set, all done. Access was brought to that area, all of the customers on that area, which I had to thank her, was awesome. So, she admitted to the problem and jumped in it and jumped and took care of it. And yay, that's what communication is all about, if you ask me. So happy with that. We all make mistakes. So. And it was a mistake on our part too. I figure. I don't know what was with the website. I don't know. It was the message thing when you're on the website and you go to contact and then you fill out that form. And oh yeah, actually I did talk to our web designer when I first was getting scams, and he said, oh wait, I'll put in. So he put in one of those things where you have to add what 2 + 2 is. It's almost like doing what do you call those things where you have to pick how many fire hydrants are in the picture? And it's one of those kind of things. So the AI bots and junk can't reach us. So the email has been, hasn't been, I haven't received more scams. Anyway, that's my story for GoNet Speed. Okay, I said I wouldn't keep you very long. Okay, Vakuda report. I think I gave you the report as far as we are concerned. Should go quickly to their notes. As you know, Vermont legislature is not in session now, so there's not a lot coming from the lobbyists from there. And they were working on, the last meeting that I was at, the Lakuda's working on its Spices grant, which they're doing some activities that really doesn't have anything to do with us. They're hiring some HR consultants and other items that we won't take part in. Okay. Larry, if you have something else, I know you reported something else in the executive board meeting. I don't remember what it is, and I don't have my notes in front of me.
Yeah,
we had a meeting Tuesday, and they're working on a continuity of operations committee, and this is a recruiter discussion is on the future of the 5 CUDs should there be a failure in any of the CUDs. So that's something that kind of a what if scenario if one of the CUDs fails or a number of them. So once the grant funding ends, they're on their own. They're still working on the BEAD funding and everything, but it's now you're running a business. So here we go. So and then EC Fiber, which started all of this, and hats off to them. They're all completed. They have a huge bond debt, but they can handle it. They may reinvest in some of those bonds, but they're all completed. So I think it was 37 municipalities that they built out in. So
Awesome.
I think that was it from Verguda.
Cool. Very good. Kind of last on our item is VCBB report. I don't know, I could invite you. Jose, do you want to say anything? Or I would report what I learned at the last meeting, which I didn't actually even stay all for. I remember that
we're still working on our end on BEAD, which doesn't impact you necessarily, and we are engaging a consultant on this continuation of operations issue, and we're going to have discussions with everyone involved to see what individual CUD's needs might be. And we're also meeting with CUDA members and CUDs in general to try to find what areas we have in common in terms of legislative priorities to bring to the board, and of course to later work on as the session gets going. So those are some of the items that we're working on. We do have, again, this doesn't affect you, but we've received extensions for the long drop. I think some people are very happy because they can continue working on doing those long drops. As you know, the non-video partners, had certain limitations in terms of how far they can go, and you guys were able to get up to 2,000 feet, which is great.
Right.
And for the customers, so we put out a grant to allow them to go out and try to find people. It's based on income, but in any case, that's not the only that we allowed each CD sort of figure out exactly how they're going to screen for the program, but basically it's income, and that's
cool.
Really all.
Yeah, there was one more presentation at the meeting about the UCLA speed test.
That's something that's going to be we engaged. We have a contract with UCLA, and we're going to be encouraging CUDs and all of you, really, when you get the emails with links for people to download this app so they can take speed tests, because then we can gather, without any identifying information or any of that, but basically start looking at the state and finding over long term, figuring out speed, whatever speed related matters that might be of importance, or just studying that aspect of it. And so I am not the best person prepared for the speed test stuff, but I can basically what's going to happen is that we really love your participation in getting people to download the UCLA speed tests onto their phones or onto their devices and to run tests every so often.
That's great. No, I appreciate you bringing that up, and I wanted to as well, because I'll receive emails about that program, but it doesn't seem like it involves us yet. Like, I don't know how to sign on to it or anything, and maybe it's still early. I will have questions about that.
Yeah, you'll have an email, and we'll have a little page so people can go and look later as we start getting data, because really we're not going to get data until people start doing the tests. It takes a little while to capture it all.
So it's early yet. We can't provide data yet.
No, exactly. We're encouraged. We have some data that, of course, historical data that's out there from other testing, but we are just starting to sort of request that people download the app
Okay.
and start testing it.
Okay. I would ask all the board members if they have an interest, though, in once we get more information about participating in that program. If you'd like to just contact me or I guess one of the executive committee members, and we'll
Yeah.
do whatever we're doing. Sounds
Oh, and
interesting.
I guess the other thing is clarifying notes of sorts regarding service calls that we're going to be trying to figure out exactly how they're being handled through the Public Service Department. Because there are questions, people call their legislator or call somebody else and, mention some service issue, or really we may not hear of it or know of it, or maybe it's not even an issue. So we're trying to figure out exactly how the information is flowing, which is a good thing for us to know. But I myself have not, I am in communications most of the time with the people in the Public Service Department who handle calls. And it's mostly, calls about getting service, or they saw a truck and they, why am I not getting service? I saw a truck nearby and things like that. So we're working on that because I know there were some concerns.
Yes, that came up during my presentation at VCBB. Sorry, I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, that's important. And like I said, that's why we think that we CUDs exist, and we want to help our constituents. Sometimes we're helping constituents in other CUDs, or not even in our CUDs. Actually, we have someone who used to be a member of our group. She lives in Rutland, and she is constantly connecting up, sending people to me to ask me for help connecting them up to the right people at CCI Fidium. So
I am
works out well.
And of course, please share my information with your board. If anybody in the board, if there are any questions, be happy to answer them or get you to the right person.
Sounds good. Okay. I think that's it. Other business? Going once, going twice. Move on. Next meeting, we'll see you in November 18th, and we can adjourn. Really nice to see you all. Thank you for coming and making the quorum, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do, Laura, and everybody else.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, everybody. All right. See ya. What time? 5:53. How does that work?
Kind of him to depart, to announce his departure.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just his computer. I can't imagine it's anything you can do to help unless you want to be just a technical person. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I wonder if Nick, because we're going to be coming to board meetings, both Larry and I, starting in September. I wonder if he could bring his laptop in, and if it's early, if you're still around, or if you'd recommend somebody else take a look, see what's going on.
If he brings it, we can troubleshoot it because the link should be live, all the time, so we can see what happens when he clicks through and what might be going on. Yeah.
That might be. I'm going to suggest that to him. I'll try to remember when September rolls around, but yeah. He shouldn't be having that trouble.
No, I wouldn't.
But I know.
But I mean, I struggle with Teams on the regular, so it's yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for running Note Taker. I know you'll send it to me, so that'll be good. And see you later.
And sorry, remind me, this meeting happens infrequently enough that I never remember the standard operating procedure.
I hear you.
You want me to send you the recording, or should I have Karen upload the recording to YouTube?
Karen can upload it to YouTube, and then but the Note Taker, if you could send me the notes in whatever form, that would be awesome, because I use them to just write the meeting minutes.
Sure thing.
Works great. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Laura. Have a good one.
Talk soon. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey, boo-boo.